Hello and welcome to a little preview chat around Knockout City Season 2. And I'm here joined with the lovely Adam Cook. And we're going to talk about our initial thoughts about what we've been seeing. Adam, obviously you went to attended a preview event where this was shown off for Knockout City Season 2.
Yeah.
And there's obviously been a few additions, few new things we can look forward to, and we're going to talk about them now. Obviously, it feels like it's a movie theme this time around, isn't it?
They're very much Holowood Drive.
Holowood
Drive-in.
Not Hollywood, Holowood.
And I guess that's the reason for that.
I guess the reason for that is that it's a new map, but with a bit of a difference, isn't it? So it kind of is a changing map.
The main thing I took away is, well, people will be seeing what we're talking about. Yeah. And the reason I wanted to do this video is because I had seen this footage, because it's not me playing. And then I actually spoke to the developers. And actually, I'm glad I did, because more became clear that actually I didn't think I 100% took away from just seeing it. Mm-hmm. So initially, I didn't realise, because of the fact, like you said, the fast-paced nature of the game. I mean, you'll pick this up when you play it. That it was not only the fact that the Holowood, the hologram stuff changes. It actually changes how you can access the kind of area as well. Yeah. So they were specifically pointing out, like, there's certain elements of the hologram stuff that actually changes. You can get in from the side now. And their example was that you could be stood on a spot and the hologram disappears, a new one comes up, and suddenly you shoot up to the top, and you've got a great vantage point, but you're way up the top and you're a sitting duck. And I also feel like this is the first time they've done like a proper kind of arena. Like, obviously there are arenas, and again, talking to the devs about this, like the burger joint where you sort of go inside, and it's a very small arena. But this is like it really feels they deliberately said they want to bring a choke point almost.
Yeah, it definitely felt like there's stuff around the outside, but all the action happens in this middle bit where the holograms come in. Like you say, like a central choke point. Whereas in pretty much all the other levels, with the exception of the one you mentioned, the burger joint, a lot of it tends to happen around the outside.
Yes.
A lot of the action tends to happen
isn't
there.
That. Although they did say the thing is, if it gets too frantic and things are changing, you can sort of pull back and come in from the side, almost sneak in stealthily. Yeah. But the general feeling seems to be that the idea is this is a big... It's not. I keep saying big arena. It's actually not that big.
No.
But an arena that is designed for chaos.
It's an open space, which doesn't tend to exist in a lot of the other levels, do they? They're like a big, big open space in the middle. So... yeah, I think from that sense, and the fact that it changes and you have to kind of react on the fly, as well as then you've got new tactics for, I don't know how long each hologram lasts, but for a minute or a couple of minutes or whatever until it changes again. I'm not sure of the...
They said there are clues. Like, you'll notice things when it's about to change, but again, I would imagine in the heat of the moment...
You're not looking out for that.
Yeah, like, you probably don't spot it. I think... because the other thing is, people are going to be all excited about the map, but because the question I wanted to ask them, which I didn't in the end, was like, what plans do you have? Because obviously this to me says that each season is going to bring a new map and a new ball, and then presumably want this game to be successful, meaning they must have a whiteboard somewhere with just all these maps ideas and all these, or probably already developed maps and new balls, which probably brings us on to the new ball, the soda pop ball, which is... again, something that I was really glad I spoke to them about, because I didn't, from seeing how it worked, I didn't actually get it right. Like, I thought this was like the bomb ball. Then you pick up the soda ball, you throw it. I throw it at you or something, and it explodes with soda on your screen. That's actually not how it works. This is you manually trigger, like, the kind of shaking of it. So imagine it like a Coke can or something. You manually press the button that starts the shaking countdown, and there's a visual cue. I don't know if you spotted this. There's actually a visual cue on the screen rather than an audible. Because again, I found that fascinating. That everything else is kind of like, you listen to the bomb, it's ticking. Right, I've got to get rid of this, or throw it at the floor, or do something. With this, there's a visual countdown clock almost, and the things they told me is like, well, I mean, obviously they made the game, so this is easy for them to know this, but like I thought, the thing that came to mind for me was the blooper.
Yeah,
Mario Kart blooper.
Yeah,
and they laughed at that, and because I just said, I said to them, because the thing is, I don't know if people realise this. This studio made a Mario Kart game before this.
Yeah.
They made the augmented reality one, the most recent one, I suppose, actually on Switch, and so it is. There's definitely a connection there.
Yeah,
but the way they described it, having obviously they've played around with it, it actually sounds different to what I thought. Like I said, I thought it was just a bomb. You throw it at them, bang. It's more in depth than that because you can. So if you get, so the actual Coke explosion, soda pop, Boba, it's called, isn't it? Boba Cola. That doesn't actually damage you. If you get hit with the ball, you lose a heart because it's a ball. But the actual explosion doesn't harm you.
Yeah.
So you can catch it, or get hit by the ball and lose a heart, but then pick the ball back up because they've mistimed it, throw it back, get another hit on them and the explosion, and then they're covered in this Coca-Cola, Boba Cola. Yeah. And the idea being then that there's, and this is again, I didn't even think of this. To me, I'm thinking Mario Kart, and I'm thinking, great, I can't see a thing. But of course, this is a team game. So what you do is you ball up. And then someone's got you, and you can literally, all right, sure. So you can't see, but you're going to get thrown at someone and get an instant kill or something. And it's kind of promoting the teamwork aspect of, like, if you're going to play solo, yeah, cool. But then also what you could do is you could ball someone up, throw them away so they could get into like a teleporter or whatever and go off and get the soda sort of fades away. You need to be tapping like ball up button, telling someone ball up, because they're soda pop. Because you can. This is the other thing. You can visibly see they are. Boba Cola.
I think it's interesting what you say because my initial reaction when I saw the soda ball in action, and particularly the when you
the animation of it literally filling up.
It's literally your entire screen goes like a ready color.
Yeah,
and it's not just, it's not, almost for me it wasn't like the blooper in a sense where in Mario Kart if you know the track you can still see around it. You can kind of get away with it a little bit.
Against the AI, definitely.
Yeah, and I was like, with this, it almost felt like
you're blind.
You can kind of see the outlines of something, but you're pretty much blind.
No, you're blind,
and so, which is fine as a thing because, like you say, if you just get caught in that area of effect, you don't actually lose any hearts. You just kind of can't see what's going on. My initial reaction to it was that it felt like that effect of being blind lasted quite long for how fast paced the game is.
Yes,
because like if you think if I just shut my eyes whilst playing this game for a few seconds, I've been hit. Finished, like that. That's so for me. I was like, wow, that's a real big disadvantage when you get hit by it. It is interesting what you say about
it also adds something else there because if you think about it as well, is that when you're playing the game, there's never a point where we're playing as a team when you're like, get that person, unless they're like exceptionally good and you're like, stay away from them or we need to stop them. This paints you as a target. Because everyone knows you can't see. So it actually just does change things tactically. It makes you a target.
It does. And the thing you say about balling up is interesting because for that to work, you have to have been, I guess, sodaed by someone else and there be someone on your team next to you. Because otherwise, if not, someone on your team's going to someone on the other team's going to throw you out the arena if you fall up. Yeah. And they can't see where everyone is. So I get that as a tactic, and that is a good tactic if you're with other people. It probably encourages you to go around as a team, which we all know is probably the best way of playing this game. But yeah, I'd have to play it. But my initial reaction was, I'm going to get frustrated when I get covered with it. I'm going to enjoy covering other people because I think it feels like a very big advantage.
But again, it's worth mentioning, it's not an instant, like, I hit you with the ball, it explodes. This is on a timer.
No. I guess at the point when literally people have been covered. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's something you kind of need to feel, I think.
You could get it, I guess, if you play it more, you get down how long it takes to shake up before it explodes.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you can, like you say, you can wander around with the ball. It's not like the bomb ball. You can wander around for ages before you start shaking it, right? So you could get into position.
You don't. Literally until you start it. They said this. I haven't played this at the moment, so I'm going on what they've said. And they said you can wander around the map with it in your hand if you want.
Yeah,
a bit like the
in
sniper ball. You know, you've just got a ball in your hand until you decide, right, let's get this going.
Yeah, in the footage, that's what you can see happening is that there's people, the guy playing, or person playing picks it up and does waits to see people before then starting it up. Yeah. So that definitely is true.
It's kind of the opposite of the bomb ball, because when you get the bomb ball, you are like, oh god, there's no one around. I've got to do something with this. Throw. Whereas this is kind of like, I would really strongly encourage people to go to godisgeek.com and read the interview. They are really nice guys, and not that I've interviewed people who aren't, because an interview's an interview, but they were so relaxed and they just really love their game, and it was I needed that in a way. It was like yeah, I really love your game too. And it was also interesting to hear about, and I won't go read it as I say, but like there's the business model for this game is interesting in terms of the trust put in this studio to make the game a success, and how EA's kind of gone, yeah, okay, go for it, and I think it's worth go and have a read of it, go and have a read of the interview. That's what I'd say, and then play the game.
Yeah, and what I would say is like as well, just like to sort of say for season 2, for obviously it's season 2, so it's like what's the new stuff? It certainly feels like it's not just a new map and a new ball. They do feel like both those editions have changed. Like it's a map with a difference and a ball with a difference. It's not just another type of ball that feels like it plays the same as everything else, or a map that is just, it's a different aesthetic, but it's essentially another map that we've all played before. It's a very different map and a ball that introduces different ways of thinking about how you play and how you disadvantage the other team, and also how you kind of, I guess, dodge and don't get sodaed yourself. Like there's more to think about, and I think that's what this when you go to new seasons in a game like this, you do need that. If it just feels like, okay, it's another map, but everything else is the same, it would feel a bit hollow, but it certainly doesn't feel like that. No. I imagine those games with that map and that ball in are going to feel very different to some of the others. So that's a really good thing, because that's what this game will live and die on as the seasons go through, is that making that game feel fresh as we go through, and it certainly feels like it does that. Head over to patreon.com/godisthegeek. We have a really good Discord community that you can become a part of in there. We do code drops. We do a weekly podcast that you get early if you're part of that Patreon, and even Patreon only podcasts. So it's really good value for just a £1 or $1 a month. We think it's really good value. We've got a really nice community in there. So if that sounds like something you want to be a part of, come and join us. Alternatively, go to godisthegeek.com. Lots of content on there about Knockout City, but also lots of other games as well. Or hit us up on social media as well and tell us what you think about Knockout City and what you think about Season 2 as well. We'd love to hear from you. So yeah, thanks Adam. Thanks for having this little chat. We'll see you soon or whenever you choose to listen. Bye for now.